Glossary. Triumph. Protected. Veterinary. A doctor who treats animals. Improve. Diet. Food taken at scheduled times for good health. Exercise. People all around love their furry babies and pets. They find them adorable, they love them, and sometimes are overprotective about them. They feed them all sorts of foods and are overprotective. However, missing out on exercises and extra feeding makes our pets dull and tired. It is important that all pets and animals are active and are sent out for activities like running, playing. Animals and pets require a sense of freedom. Some people go overboard with the feeding and passing on luxurious lifestyles to their pets, almost treating them like lords. This story is on similar lines. Now, Mrs. Pumphrey was a fat lady who loved her pet, Tricky. She had expensive rugs on which she would place Tricky and feed him constantly. She would feed him milk, chicken, sweets, cakes, and so much more. And this happened every day. She never missed a chance in feeding him. Tricky, on the other hand, started increasing in size. He had lost his speed to run. He had become slow and lazy. He had stopped playing outdoors. The constant feeding had increased Tricky's weight. His neck was heavy and he was constantly tired. He was unable to move. Dr. Harriet happened to see Mrs. Pumphrey and was shocked to see Tricky, who had put on so much weight. He said, "Are you not following the schedule of diet and exercises for Tricky?" "It's difficult to stop him from eating," said Mrs. Pumphrey sheepishly. Dr. Harriet was upset. He said, "The other dogs are healthy except Tricky. He's become heavy." Dr. Harriet had been advising Mrs. Pumphrey for a long time now, and she ignored his advice time and again because she loved Tricky endlessly. Eventually, Tricky fell ill. Mrs. Pumphrey was worried and she kept on crying. She called Dr. Harriet. After receiving the call, Dr. Harriet drove to Mrs. Pumphrey's place. He looked at Tricky and asked what happened. Mrs. Pumphrey was inconsolable. After looking at Tricky further, Dr. Harriet decided to take Tricky with him. Mrs. Pumphrey was crying. Picking up a very heavy Tricky, Doctor placed him into the car. He was amazed at the weight that this little dog carried. He drove to the veterinary hospital where they had other dogs. He lifted the very heavy Tricky and placed him on a rug. Tricky flopped onto the rug and stayed there. Sweating profusely, Dr. Harriet decided that they should not feed Tricky at all except for a bowl of water. The next day, the other dogs in the hospital came around sniffing at Tricky. They sniffed him and realized this was a new addition. Food was laid out for all the dogs and all of them ran towards their bowl. Tricky, however, was unable to move. He was too tired and stayed just there and drank from his bowl of water. The other dogs were very active. Mrs. Pumphrey would phone Dr. Harriet every day to check on Tricky. Dr. Harriet said the situation was critical and he needs to be under observation. This upset and worried Mrs. Pumphrey. Dr. Harriet decided to ignore her. After a couple of days, looking at the other dogs playing around, Tricky decided to move. Mrs. Pumphrey, on the other hand, bought eggs, whiskey and brandy and gave it to Dr. Harriet to feed Tricky. Dr. Harriet was amazed. He told her that he would do the needful. He knew that this kind of food would never help Tricky. So, the other members of the staff would have this for their breakfast, lunch, and dinner and have a good time. This kind of food is not healthy for dogs. With the other active dogs around, Tricky too began moving. He started playing, jumping, running. He followed a scheduled diet, and because of this, in 15 days, he had improved in health. He was agile and moving around healthily. Dr. Harriet called Mrs. Pumphrey and told her to come. She happily drove to the veterinary hospital. Tricky was called, and the minute he saw Mrs. Pumphrey, he jumped and licked her all over. Mrs. Pumphrey was delighted. She thanked Doctor profusely for improving Tricky's health. Mrs. Pumphrey took Tricky and drove off. People all around love their pets. They love them, they take care of them, they protect them. And this shower of affection, the constant feeding with no exercise, becomes a problem for the pets. However, people do not realize this. This is not healthy for the dogs or the pets. Animals of all kinds require outdoor activities. They need fresh air, they need exercise, they need to play, run, and feel healthy. This is a natural form of living for animals. Here we have a few questions for you. Question 1. Who would feed Tricky all sorts of food? Question 2. Where was Tricky taken when he fell sick? Question 3. How did Tricky improve his health?